Nothing is organic, nothing is natural. Everything we do is becoming this digital numbered system, and that's what I wanted to showcase in this album. If you look at the album art, shout out to Forefathers for doing amazing work. A guy named Portland. It's actually a city. If you look inside the purple, like it's supposed to be a flower, but inside it, it's like a city. It's just like a little transition from being ourselves to now becoming our digital selves. So that's something that I really want to come across in the art and the album title.
Yeah, I think as far as I think that's what progressive metal has in its locker. It has really like eye-opening album art, and that for me is one of the most striking. Like you say, the first thing you see is the flower, but the fact if you look a bit closer, it's like you said, a city, as you say. So let's move on to track 1 then, and talk about Memento. Lyrically, song structure wise, what do you want to go for with this track?
So with this song, I wrote this personally for my parents and for anyone who have parents. I mean, most people have parents, but like in the sense that, when you get to an age where you are pursuing your, whatever your endeavors, either it's musical, artistic, trying to get a good job, your career, sometimes we kind of forget how much of that comes from our parents and how they raised us. And I just wanted to talk about being able to thank our parents. Sometimes we don't say it as much, but like really owe it to them. Everything that you do is for your parents.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's great. I absolutely love it. Either Ragnarok for those who have parents, lol. I know what you meant.
Yeah, for those who have parents, I mean, it was like for those who have parents, but you tend to neglect them sometimes just because you're either on the road or you're busy.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
Yeah.
Right, so before we play it, let's talk musically for this track.
Okay.
Obviously, it's quite this. I mean, if you just look at the plays on this, it's definitely a favorite on the album compared to what were you going for? Do you want straight out the gate, like proggy metal, or are you going for something a bit heavier to start the ground running? What were you going for here?
Basically, we wanted to have a little bit more structure. A lot of our songs on Heliospectrum and before that, there wasn't really like a hook line. There wasn't really a theme. Nothing really came back. It was just progressing. But when I wrote Memento, I really focused on trying to keep the listeners in by bringing in like a strong chorus. This was like one of the first songs that I experimented writing a chorus for with my vocals, because in the earlier stuff I don't actually have any vocals besides Spiral. And for this song and this album, I really wanted to showcase a lot more cleans.
Yeah, which
that was basically the goal.
Yeah, anybody that watches my stream, I'm a bit absolutely nutty for those clean choruses. So
yeah, so am I.
I just think they make progressive metal so much better. Gives you makes your songs more well rounded. It makes your scream stand up even stronger, and the abrasive sections. So I absolutely love them. So yeah, let's go in. This is track 1, Memento. Any questions for Josh? Get them in the comments questions? As soon as the track's finished, we'll also
either Ragnarok, those who have parents. I'm like laughing to myself about that comment.
Balances out Eric's aggressiveness. Exactly, Marciano. Exactly. Perfect. This is Memento, everyone. Enjoy. Let me know what you think if you've never heard. 80s zombie film vibes.
Zombie film vibes, yes.
George Romero vibes.
This here, are you the primary songwriter for most tracks? Yes. I would say the initial boost of fuel. but the band helps a lot as well. Really happy of how that turned out for sure.
So good.
Yes.
What a voice, dude.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Very nice setup, isn't
it? Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, your setup is definitely binary garden themed.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love those colors.
Oh, it's so good. So good.
You can tell I chose the colors for the album too. Those are my favorite colors. Can we get a room tour? Yeah, we could definitely do that.
What
at some point?
What a track! I mean, it's crazy. So the contrast between you and Eric is just what I was saying before we played the song. Just perfect. I absolutely love that kind of, especially with the, the groove that's just laden through the whole of that track. Also, what a lot of people were picking up is how good the synth work is on this album. Do you want to? Quite a few questions, obviously, which I know you obviously.
Yeah, I saw that.
Regarding Spire that you use, but do you want to maybe touch base more into the? So maybe it is a bit more synth heavy, isn't it, than the previous album?
Yeah. So when writing this album, I came with a little bit of a different approach. In past albums, I would always start with guitar and drums, and I would write those, and then I would add layers of guitar on top. Sometimes the guitars first for layers, and then the rhythmic stuff over top. But especially for Momenta, I started with the synths first. Before, like leading up to writing a Binary Garden, I was really into sound design, synths, VSTs, all that kind of stuff, because I was practicing on hip hop production. So when I was writing it, I was like, do you know what? Like, let's just get a vibe first. Like, let's lay out the synths. Let's really pick a mood, and then we'll build a song off of it. And that's how that all happened. So I used Spire because it was, I think it was like free or something, or I think I pirated or something. But anyway, Spire had all the nice 80s vibes that I was looking for, very nostalgic, very warm and wide, colorful. And then I actually had a really good friend of mine who's basically family. His name's Josh Polaz. He is a hip hop producer, and he let me have access to all of his plugins. So what I did is I brought over my MIDIs and everything for the layers, and then we just went on Omnisphere, went and played around with a bunch of other plugins, and just like really like meshed a bunch of sounds together to make it very unique. So that's why this song is even actually this album's very synth heavy. Because I really spent a lot of time and experimented a lot with the synths.
Yeah, and obviously a lot of people are touching on your amazing setup. So what I will ask very kindly to, obviously, the JMR crew, Josh is started streaming. He's a bit of a PUBG lord. So it's his name's actual. Yeah, I can do it. We'll get a shout out for anybody that hasn't. Can you please go follow him? I watched him absolutely smash with his mates earlier.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Please go give him a follow. You heroes. Right, up next, another big fan favourite from this album, I think, personally, which is Pseudo Intellect.
Yep. Pseudo. Yeah, I don't like, it's a punch in the face. Pseudo is a punch in the face.
It is. It's a proper uppercut to the chops.
Yeah, we decided to put this second because, let's say if they started listening to the album and they listen to Momenta, they're like, oh shit, this is a lot more laid back than what they used to do. It's a lot of contrast to previous stuff. So that's why we decided to come in with Pseudo Intellect, which is like more of the AURAS vibe. So yeah, I mean, this one, I think there's only a little bit of synth. It's more guitar layer oriented. But yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite ones to play live because it's just so heavy.
Yeah, it's more. This is more of like your classic AURAS sound, isn't it? For people that have been with you for, who know what you sound from your earlier stuff. This is something they maybe feel more at home with.
Exactly.
Yeah, like you said, it's a big heavy boy. AURAS fans are intellectual. I agree.
Yeah,
high IQ metal.
The meaning behind the lyrics, it talks about the amount of like lies that we've been getting through media, and just like everywhere. There's no array of truth anywhere. There's a lot of fact checking you need to do, a lot of research you got to do now. We're not fed the right stuff without, feeling it was cynical. It's just being able to know the truth, like how hard it is in this generation of social media, which kind of ties back to, we used to do newspapers and we used to, do TV, cable for all of our news, but now it's all, all shared on social media, and you don't know where you're getting your news from anymore. So it is an information overload, like Marciano said, and it's very hard to trust anything you hear on the internet now. So that's what this song is about.
I mean, two years ago when this album came out, this rung true. But even after the year we've all gone through together, I think this rings true even more. So
Even more so, for sure. It's actually kind of weird to think about how much the lyrics that I wrote actually relate more so around this time, especially with Momenta with my parents, because I don't even get to see them because they're a bit older, and with COVID and stuff, I don't want to risk it. So it's just the parallels are just crazy. So
absolutely. Pseudo intellect, everyone. Again, you know the drill. Any questions for Josh? Get them in the chat. Time for some more high IQ metal.
I promise I don't have a high IQ.
Neither do I. Just my metal does. Ragnarok, I love how in time that was.
I know, right? I was just gonna say, shit, you nailed that.
That was amazing.
David. Yeah, that might be my favorite groove.
That is so groovy.
It's the funnest to play, I think.
My name is Terence Hampshire.
It's Justin. Thank you so much for the follow. And sorry, everyone, I'm having such a very fun conversation with my boy Josh. I'm forgetting all the notifications. To everybody that's come across from Josh and followed and everything like that, thank you so much. Appreciate it. JMR crew, if you could also do the same and go and follow Josh, that would be great. Yeah, so big, heavy, groovy boy, which is Pseudo Intellect.
Yeah, no, that's a fatty.
It is a fatty. Up next, A Road.
A Road. Okay, so fun fact about A Road. I love PUBG so much that I actually put one of the the gunshots at the beginning of this song. Don't ask how I got it, but we there was a way, and then we put it in there, like the click. And on if there's any PUBG fans out there, the drop is the pan noise, which is like a huge.
I did know. I think I actually said that. I do actually remember. I do remember saying that. Is that the PUBG pan? It should have all just clicked.
It's literally the PUBG pan. It's crazy. Now A Road, like, this song is up for interpretation, but it's about putting a lot of pressure on yourself, and eventually it's too much pressure where you start to erode your goals, your overall mindset. It's where pressure, which can be found through family, social media, where it consumes your mind, and to the point where you're just not yourself, and you just kind of get consumed about that. So that's what it really is about for me when I wrote that. So
amazing. Again, always absolutely on point with the topics and the lyrical content. I think it's amazing. Got a really good question from Justin here saying, how do you feel writing these intricate syncopated patterns for guitars and drums?
How do you feel writing these? I feel like I want to dance.
Yeah,
that's how I feel. Like if it doesn't get me moving while I'm writing it and while I'm listening to it back, I have to make it more groovy. It's all about the groove. It's all about the pocket. And if I don't throw myself a curveball that makes me smile, then it's not worth it for me to write. And that same goes for Aaron. Aaron's huge about that as well. Like, I'll come up with like a groove or something, and he'll listen to it, and then he'll be like, why don't you just like move this over there, and you just tweak. And then I listen, and I'm like, ooh, okay, yeah, that is fire. So I'm all about throwing curveballs at myself. And I think it translates well to the listeners as well, because it at least puts me in their perspective when listening to the music.
Definitely.
My name is Terence Hampshire.
Asked, do you write the bass lines too, like in The Last Canary? I think the intervals bassist records for you guys, right?
He wrote it all. He wrote all the bass. I mean, we had program bass to start off with, but we said, hey, Jacob, you can do whatever you want. And he went to town. And he is such an amazing musician that it really comes out and complements the music, because we don't have a bassist. We don't have a guy that dedicates their art and their passion through bass. So, I mean, what we write comes off as guitarists writing bass parts. And we didn't want that in this record. We wanted actual bassists just killing it. So I remember when he tracked it, and I stopped by Nathan's place, and man, I was like, this is exactly who we need right now. Yeah, Jacob Umansky, he did it. He is a legend. He is one of the nicest guys, most humble musicians you'll ever meet. And to have him on this project, hopefully on future ones as well, it means a lot to us, because he's just an amazing dude.
Absolutely. A Road, everybody. I'm not telling you to erode. I'm just saying.
All right, PUBG sound. Listen.
Now we've got to listen out for Operation Pan Noise. that a synth there over there?
That's a synth.
So good. So huge. Spicy chorus.
Thank you.
This part. Drums, unreal. It's getting me better at maths just listening to it. Thank you, Aaron.
My name is Terence Hampshire.
Did we hear the pan yet? Thanks for the follow, guys.
My name is Terence Hampshire.
Yo,
Josh is the man. Thanks so much for the follow, dude. That bass. Absolutely mental.
I know that bass is ridiculous. When I heard that, I shit myself.
What's that smell? It's just incredible. Honestly, one of my favorite AURAS tracks.
Oh, thank you. Actually, this was like, in my mind when I was writing it, it was Boundless, like from Crestfallen, its little brother or big brother. They're just like they're the same tuning, they're the same triplet feel. I really liked Boundless and how it translated on Crestfallen. I wanted something like this, but with more synth. And I just wanted to bring out more of that vibe. And listening to it, like there's still parts in there that, like, especially with Nathan's drums and the bass, it just like it makes me giggle.
Yeah,
you know?
It
like, makes me giggle.
that bass section is almost like funny. It's that crazy.
It's hilarious. When he showed it to me, he has a video of my reaction, and it's literally me shitting myself. Like, it's
unreal. You
so
could say that bass line takes you to another place.
Shit! Damn, he went there. He fucking went there. Okay,
that's the quality you can get here, guys. Welcome. Track 4, another place.
All right, another place. So this one's my personal favorite one because I just I love the mixing of the heaviness and the synths that I used here. Jacob Ermansky calls it the Stranger Things song because it sounds like Stranger Things.
I love that.
The lyrically, so it's basically about how we're not invincible, and sometimes we feel like we are. That, you know, life can be quick, fragile, but it's more of like a sci-fi approach, like hoping that there is another place after that is sick, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not really a religious guy, but I mean, just imagining another place, whether it be space, whether it be just like in a dream. I just kind of got creative with it and just like, what if there's another place that we can go besides just reality? And it just kind of dips into like the idea of simulations and stuff. If you listen to a lot of Joe Rogan podcasts, I'll talk about that, the simulation. But yeah, it's basically just like a sci-fi approach to everything. So
I love it, and I think especially with the synth work on this album, it just further like cements that kind of vibe and feeling and ambience to each track, doesn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
This is Another Place, everyone. just love it. I absolutely love it. My favorite AURAS song is "Stars Abound," and that really.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a proper
Oh
deep,
my God.
a proper deep cut, and the sections that always remind me of that. I think that song is so underrated. I love it.
I would agree too. That wasn't even me singing. That's my cousin singing. He, I don't know, we were living together, and I was like, "Yo, do you want to lay vocals on this? Because you have a really good voice." He's like, "Yeah, I'm down." And yeah, we have very similar voices, but yeah, he for Stars Abound. But someone said, obviously, the song is about death, but can you tell us a bit about the lyrics? Yeah, so it is about death. It's about like when we die, where do we go? Saying that like our current life is just so insignificant in a very doomsday kind of vibes, but it's about where we go after we die, and opening up that idea that it could be anything. It could be literally anything. It could be nothing. It could be anything. But yeah, just more of a sci-fi approach to death.
Definitely get the sci-fi. I think the synth section could be on a film track easily.
Oh my gosh, that'd be a dream come true.
Another one of my favorites off the album up next is Whiteout.
Yes, Whiteout is another punch in the face.
It is. It's another rock bottom on Binary Garden.
Let me think about this. Whiteout. What was I thinking about when I...
That's what deep dives are for. You can literally tell us about the day you change your guitar strings while you're in the studio if you wanted to.
Oh man, studio time actually for this album was amazing. It was so fun. My boy Dean in Ottawa, he's got a beautiful home. He's got a beautiful wife that housed us as well. Really good vibes in. It's actually somewhere outside of. I think it was Nepean. Nepean is actually where he actually lives. But so this song is about. It's like a metaphorical approach to our social media bubble. Everything that we are told, we're kind of told. Like I pretend that, social media is like this room where it gives you all your information, but outside that room for the rest of the house, there's a lot of stuff that we don't know. So, we're getting a lot of bullshit, we're getting a lot of lies, we're getting some truthful stuff, but everyone's got an agenda. And basically, we're trying to look outside of this room through the windows, but it's all clouded up with bullshit. So I got really creative with that one. So, shit!
Will
Fox. Raid.
Will Fox.
My name
Thank
is
you so
Terence
much for the raid.
Hampshire.
How are we doing, everyone? Shit. Shout out to Will Fox. To everyone, he is an absolute guitar god and is in a band with one of the greatest.
Now, hello, I do apologise for interrupting. Just 1 second.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for the raid, Will. How was your stream, dude? To anybody joining from Will's very kind
My
raid.
name is Terence.
This is my friend Josh from the incredible band AURAS.
What's going on?
And we're currently deep diving their 2019 album Binary Garden. Which,
my name is Terence.
If you like high IQ progressive metalcore that'll make you be better at mathematics, you're in the right stream. Fancied seeing your face. Well,
my name is Terence.
Honestly, thank you so much, everyone, for being here.
Willie,
you an AURAS fan? It looks like you are, dude.
My name
I'm gonna follow him.
Hampshire.
I'm gonna follow him.
Oh, Will! How good's that? Binary Garden is one of my favourite metal albums ever.
Oh shit! What? What?
Will is a bit of a guitar god and an absolute legend on Twitch. So honestly, you cannot. You cannot go wrong with a follow.
That's crazy, yo! Thank you so much for the kind words, man. Holy.
Will, you have an impeccable taste in music as always, and I thought you would do. So yeah, we're just currently on track 5, Whiteout. So yeah, perfect timing for a raid. Thank you as always, Will. You're an absolute hero.
Shit.
And hello to all the raiders. Thank you very much for being here.
Yeah, shout out to the raid.
I'm here.
Let's go. All right. Perfect. Oh, that's gonna be hyped up.
Do you wanna carry on with what you were saying about Whiteout, or should?
Yeah, sorry. The raid just like threw me off.
No, honestly,
like,
Will.
Holy crap.
Hero. Thank you as always, my friend.
Oh shit. Okay, so yeah, basically talking about a social media bubble as being a room metaphorically, and outside the room, the rest of the house, there's stuff that we are not aware of. It's just really like poetic, I guess. I was just kind of getting a little creative, and this song really just it's a really like paranoia kind of conspiracy kind of song. So that's what it's about. Yeah.
Amazing. To all the riders, if this is your first ever experience of AURAS, this first track, which is Whiteout, let me know what you think. If you've had any questions for Josh, get them in the chat. We'll ask at the end of the track. This is Whiteout.
Also, this beginning part is like a trap sounding thing, which was interesting. Kind of sounds like hip hop.
Until that.
Until that. Ooh.
My name is Terence Hampshire.
Thank you so much for the follow, everyone.
This song fucks. Dramatic.
Honestly, those drums.
Starstruck, what? Dude, this guy's got so many followers.
Will Fox, Starstruck. Josh, now you know you're a bit of a legend. If the legendary Will Fox is Starstruck.
Yeah, man. Oh, thank you, man. Good to meet you, man.
He's also in a band called Thousand Thoughts.
Thousand
Thoughts. They came out with a single last week, and the chorus is unbelievable.
Alright, I gotta check it out.
I remember my mate showing me AURAS the way it built up, and I thought you knew what it was. Then it changed tags. Dancing in the game blew me away. High IQ metal.
Coming solo from Nick Stanton. He's insane. He's absolutely insane.
It's just nutty. It's crazy. What a journey.
Yeah, that song is that one's fun to play live, actually.
It sounds fun, unless you're the drummer.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Nathan. I'm sorry.
Absolute machines, all of you. It's just crazy.
Yeah, that song. So shout out to Nick Sampson for that solo from I Am Abomination. He's the guy actually we did pre-production with.
Nick is a bit of a hero of mine. I think he is. I mean, I'm Abomination must be one of the most underrated bands. They're so
100%, dude, 100%.
They're crazy. I mean, my fiance, when she was in her early, said this reminds me of the Alien band, and that's who she was.
That's so true.
So that is literally it. Yeah, I love that band so much. So yeah, Nick's incredible, and
he is amazing, dude.
Oh,
he is amazing. Like, I mean, so we typically don't meet up with anybody for pre-production. We do our own pre-production, and then we just go straight into the studio. But Carl, our label guy, was like, "Hey, like, I think we should do some pre-production with someone else, kind of get you out of your like mind space and just try something different." And I was like, I agree. I do want to incorporate more hooks, more structure. I think Nick Sampson's the guy. So as soon as we met him, I had about 80% of the stuff written. And we wrote the chorus for Erode. And we wrote together the chorus for Last Canary. So those were the two songs that like me and him really connected with and really dug in for those choruses. So shout out to him for helping out with that. And he was an amazing guy to be in the studio with, because on our break time we play PUBG Mobile. I was like, you know,
playing PUBG, I don't believe you.
I'm too obsessed with the game. I love it too much. That's why I stream it, because it's like the only one I feel confident in a little bit. So
I love it. Yeah, to everyone, they're called the Alien Band because every single one of their songs and albums are being invaded by aliens. It's it's incredible. Just go listen to that last album. I mean, yeah, you said you work with Nick. You just need to look at, like, obviously I'm Abomination choruses that he does.
My
with
name
Phil.
is Terence Hampshire.
Exactly.
And secondly, I think, did he do Drift by Error? He helped Jesse a lot with those.
He did. Yep, he did Drift by Error. He did Miss May I, most recent record. Polyphia. He's all over.
He is a magician. Disenchant is up next.
So Disenchant. This song was originally called Binary Garden, because that's what the song is about. Yeah, I know, right?
That's cool.
Yeah, so this song is about how everything is digital, nothing's natural anymore, nothing's organic. Everything we do is tied to a system, and we're just becoming numbers across the board. So that's what I wrote about. Something I really felt, 2 years ago. I watched a lot of Black Mirror. If anybody watches Black Mirror, that shit, like, I watched it. I was like, oh my goodness, like, it's so true. And like everything we do is, we're handcuffed to like technology. So I wanted to write a song about it. So that's why I called it Binary Garden at the time. But I felt like Binary Garden didn't really fit like the lightness of the song. And I think Binary Garden overall as a message would be better for the album. And everyone agreed with me. So I was like, cool. All right. So let's just change it to Disenchant. So yeah, that's basically it. I saw a comment. Someone asked about tone, and I wanted to touch on that.
Oh yeah, how you got your guitar tone? Was it through AXFX? I think they asked.
So when we tracked with the Kemper at Dean's, and then we got it reamped, and blended with Aaron Marshall and like his team. I believe it was the EVH 5150. So it has the original Kemper tone, but we added more chunk and bottom, rerouting it through an actual like amp head. That's why it sounds very like it's not too digital. It is digital to a certain extent, but it also has a lot of beef that comes from a tube amp. So that's why we went with that route.
I love it. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Disenchant, everyone. Enjoy. Technically, the title track.
Hardest song to sing, by the way. The hardest one.
Please never stop singing, dude. You sound unreal. It's that simple. Good old synth again.
Yep. So this part, we Nick Stampson added some symphony stuff behind the synth to fill it out a little bit more.
Yeah, it works so well. This could have been called Bouncy Garden.
Yes. Worst comment of the night. And the drums are so well done by Nathan.
Yeah, it fills the pocket so perfect.
And the bass,
Oh,
of course.
The bass is just...
Nathan and Jacob are just having sex. that's what's happening. Oh shit, yeah. I forgot how much I love that song too. That one's just the vibe is very different from what we've done in the past. So that one has a special
I agree.
Place in my heart.
Absolutely. Yeah. Amazing track.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Another track coming up next, obviously, that you said you work closely with Nick on, and that is The Last Canary.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This song actually as a whole didn't have a chorus really. We just kind of made it in the spot in the studio. This song is about I'm trying to see how I can explain this. Basically, it's about whistleblowers. So anyone that, exposes an idea or something, and those people tend to get a lot of like they tend to be attacked, and no one really knows the true story. They got a really bad name. Like I watched this documentary called AURAS. I don't know if anybody's watched that. It's basically about this whistleblower talking about the Russians cheating on the Olympics.
Right.
And that guy, by the Russian government, like literally just destroyed his life. And even though if you speak the truth as a whistleblower, you can be still destroyed by the machine. Whether if you're telling the truth or not, your character, your life can just be changed. So that's what this song is about. Little conspiracy theory-ish. Clearly, you can tell I really like Black Mirror and conspiracy theories, and I like to flirt with that idea. But that's just kind of like what I wanted to talk about with this song.
Yeah, and with regards to what you and Nick touched on in Last Canary, what did he assist you with on this track?
So you'll hear in the chorus, he really wanted to make a powerful, strong chorus that just kind of tied all the parts that I wrote together. So we brought the chorus in again, and as a whole, like I came in, this song was probably not the most complete. And we're like, hey, like, do you want to work? I think this was like the first song we worked on, actually. And he was like, you got all the parts that are needed for a song. We just need to structure it. Let's get a hook in there, and we really worked together to get that going. So I'm excited with what came out with that.
Yeah, I absolutely. And again, I think I keep saying it with every track, but this is genuinely, I think, a proper shining spot on the album. As a lot of people said, and as Will says, I think honestly, you guys are so criminally underrated. It's it annoys me.
I know. We get that a lot. I try to take that as a positive thing to hear.
100% it is possibly the biggest compliment you can get in such a packed genre, which is progressive metal. Especially there's thousands upon thousands of bands worldwide trying to do the same thing, but yeah, absolutely incredible. Everybody is just insane at what they do in AURAS. So
thank you so much, and thank you everybody for watching this. I know this album is old, but I always wanted to do something like this to connect with the fans and the listeners.
Like I said, it's 2 years, and what we spoke about at the start of the deep dive.
My name is Terence Hampshire.
Lyrically now, it's like probably holds even stronger meaning with what everyone's gone through. So absolutely huge. This is The Last Canary, everyone.
My name is Terence Hampshire.
Thank you so much for all the follows, everyone. See you later, Caden. Thank you very much for hanging out. That cymbal timing is mad.
Yeah, no, it's silly.
violin today. We'll be getting a job in Imminence.
Ooh, Imminence. I like that band.
Yeah, violin core.
Violin core is so good.
Those drums. I haven't yet, Caden, so we'll have to send me some.
Drums here are it's so funky. Nathan is insane.
Just, I mean, the bass as well, it's literally crazy. I know, the China part. It's just incredible.
Yep. Thank you.
That's canary. Now, up next was quite a big track for you. For you guys, streaming wise as well. Was this the first single, if I remember, the Demoness?
Memento was the first single.
Memento.
Demoness was the second one to come out.
I definitely remember being extremely hyped when the Demoness came out. Lyrically, song-wise, anything studio stories you've got to say about Demoness?
Okay, so on the studio side of things, this was the last track we wrote. We were 9 songs. Like, we didn't even bring this song to. Actually, did we? I'm trying to remember. This one we did. I don't think we really worked on at Nick's. I think we had like 8 or 9 songs at the time, and we need to like scrape up one. So I just went on my laptop, found like a random song that I had written a while ago, and then I took that session and then I pieced it together. I didn't even have a guitar at my apartment at the time. I literally just took all the parts and then just like pieced it and structured it like Nick would, and then Demoness came on. So, and it came to be. Lyrically, this one is a trip for me because this song is about like Mother Nature or just like the world being pissed off at humans, so it just decides to kill everybody. And then someone brought it up and they're like, yo, Demoness is COVID. And I was like, what? And then it blew my mind. It's still a little bit of a trip for me, but yeah, it's basically just like natural selection. Basically,
yeah,
it's kind of fucked.
That's what I'm trying to say about this album. I'm like, honestly, it might be classed as old now when it released, but it just becomes more and more relevant.
I know. I just didn't think that was gonna happen, but yeah, the COVID-S. Someone just put that there.
The COVID-S. Official rename.
Oh, the COVID-S.
Marciano asked, did you guys pick the singles or did the label?
We pick the singles. The label always lets us take random how we want to showcase our album. They do have their input, but at the end of the day, they really trust what we want to put out. So shout out to E1 and Good Fight. I really appreciate them. They let us express ourselves artistically however we want. There hasn't been anything we said to them where they're like, nope, you got to do something. It's always been like, this is great. How do you guys want to release? So we were able to pick what we wanted for the singles, and we chose Memento and Demoness because one, they're like polar opposites from each other. And one's a little bit more laid back than the other, and we just wanted to have one on each spectrum, and then all the songs that come to the album just be a little bit in the in-between to showcase it. So Demoness was just a nice single to release after Momenta.
Absolutely. I absolutely love this track. This is Demoness, everyone.
Comes in hot.
Accretion Band jam, yeah.
Accretion Band is my boy Seb. He actually did a cover of this on YouTube. He killed it. Absolutely killed it.
Dude, that's amazing. Synth again. Just accompanied that riff so well.
Thank you. That funk. Okay. This part makes me want to dance.
Oh, that's it.
This part's so vivid.
My name is Terence Hampshire.
Mr. Next One, thank you so much for the follow, dude. Welcome.
Yeah. That song is
that last note from Eric is so angry.
oh my god. It's so funny you say that because we were on tour with Protest the Hero
Legends.
a few years ago, And Rhodey always like has his little stand-up comedy stuff a little bit like throughout the set, and he's like, "How about that, Eric? It sounds like he's screaming through a glass of milk." And I just like died because like that's literally what it sounds like. It's just so thick and chunky.
That is amazing. Yeah, sorry for the silly notification that probably someone said. Too long to it would take too long to explain what it is. It's a very
I didn't even notice it.
It's a very English thing, a Zoom call where someone interrupted with an octopus mask on. We laughed at it so much it became my notification. So yeah.
Yeah, that song is crazy. I really want to bring out my inner Linkin Park for that song.
I like that.
I love Chester Bennington. Rest in peace. Like Linkin Park's like one of my favorite bands of all time.
Is the greatest. So yeah.
Yeah. So I really wanted to push to get that tonality out of me for that song.
Amazing. Yeah, I definitely think vocally it is kind of like a step up with those tonal sections, like you said. Track 9, Essence.
All right, so Essence was dedicated to, I don't know if anyone heard about this. This was in Canada. There was a tragedy called the Humboldt Broncos bus crash. So like I think 16 people passed away because it was this massive coach bus that was struck by like a truck. And like all these like athletes passed away, and it was just like a big thing in Canada, like hearing about that being such like a sad story. And it made me thinking that, you know, life is short and people in your life, you want to make sure you stay connected with them. And the song is about, you know, losing someone and trying to cope with it. And just, yeah. It's pretty sad. Actually, It's a sad song. It is like a lighter sounding song, but the message behind it is something I really think everyone, no matter like who you are, you experience this, you know, the idea of loss. So yeah, something relatable for people. So that's why I wrote that song. This song was not gonna be an AURAS song. I wrote it as like a thing on my own. Like I just didn't even think it was gonna be an AURAS song until I showed it to Nathan. He was like, this is 100% an AURAS song." It's like, okay, I guess we'll use it. And this song this song as well, I worked with Nick to get the cleans across the way I wanted it to. For the most part, I did have it written, but he tweaked it just to make it a little bit more tasteful. So
yeah. I mean, I personally did. I've never heard of obviously that tragedy, but I always pick up on like it's got a lot of sorrow, this track. But I mean, like
absolutely,
yeah, it's a beautiful song. This is Essence, everyone.
Thank you.
It's so like anthemic and melodic and emotional, but it's still got that technicality behind it. so good.
Kingdom Hearts.
I could see that. That would definitely work. Oh, the bees chord change. I'll say that, Christopher. I like the new name. Ooh, that little bass slide.
Yeah, I know. That, yeah. Just flavor on the bass, man. He's crazy. Damn.
Absolutely incredible. And
Thank you so much.
This just shows, like, especially like deep dives always go quickly for me, but like it's already we're on the last track. That is just how good.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Oh my god.
So, as we're on the last track, I think a good question is, when you were putting all the album together, did you always know it was kind of going to go in this order? Did you always know like Memento was going to be your opening track, or did it kind of like change late towards the end of the process?
I think I'm trying to think. We always knew Memento was going to be the start, and we always knew that Abyss was going to be the end, and then we just organize it in between to make sure that the ending of each song complements the beginning of another song and shows contrast, not putting songs together that are kind of similar. But I always felt that Abyss, when I was writing it, was the final track for the album. And Abyss is it's basically a reflection, when I was writing the lyrics, basically a reflection of where we are as a society, and you know, looking back years before the current time and thinking about, is this where we want it to be as a society? Like, we could even say that now, right now, in the current climate of things, on the social spectrum, like, is this where we really want it to be as a society? And just questioning it and trying to figure out what we can do to make our environment better, what we can learn from the past, and just kind of seeing if we can better ourselves. So that's what the song is about. It's a lot. It's thick.
Yeah. The only reason that I asked regarding the order question is because it's one of, if not the best flowing metal albums I've heard in a long time. I always thought.
Thank you.
It always seems so meticulous to me how good, how well it all flows between the tracks. So I completely agree. I think obviously you always knew Memento was track one and Abyss was the closing track. So I think that always helps, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. It definitely, that's how we started for sure, and it made it easier. In between, there's been a lot of back and forth of when, like, I think A Road was supposed to be 9th, and I think Essence we were gonna put a little bit earlier, but that changed.
Yeah.
I think after Demon S, we're like, no, it needs to be Essence to like contrast it a lot and kind of give the listener a breather before the ending of the album. So I think that's why we did it. In terms of like the instrumental approach, like all of these songs all basically started with synth. I created the vibe first, and then I did my thing where I got drums and guitar and added that stuff. And once that was put together and I had all the instrumentals, that's when I kind of sat down and wrote the vocals. Like what I would do is go to Nathan's place. I would track vocals and do the lyric stuff. And then once that was all done, like pre-pro style, I would send it to Eric for him to study, and then he would bring his like heavy vocals, because his vocals are a lot more powerful than mine when it comes to screaming. And I really think the powerful approach complements my clean vocals a lot. So, I don't have a lot of backup screaming in here, because I just wanted the contrast to just be between the singer and the screaming.
That's a great choice. I think definitely the best move for this, especially the synergy between you two, which is like probably the best on an AURAS album. Obviously, I know you didn't sing before, but like the contrasting and the cleans and heavy vocals, like we said at the start, is like sensational on this album.
I'm really glad that it came out the way it did vocally.
This is the final track. This is Abyss.
Where's my
I'm glad I can help, Darav. Welcome to the wonderful world of AURAS.
Yeah.
ending. It's such a blip of like. Remember this outro, like, wasn't expecting it at all.
Yeah, it was the outro in the song that really made it seem like the ending track.
Yeah. It's almost Polyphia-ish.